For the past 4 years, I've revisited my great-uncle's crash site on Mount Kenya, trying to find remains that were buried there over a decade ago. In September of 2021, after the global pandemic postponed our plans indefinitely, our team headed back up the mountain for one last attempt to find the remains of the crew members of Flight Z7763, 4 young men who disappeared on a military training flight over 75 years ago. I arrived in Nanyuki believing that this expedition, unlike all the others, would be one free of complications.
But now I have received the exact coordinates.
So all we need is Victor.
Right.
I can't even really explain why or how, other than the fact that this is not a professionally backed expedition, that we're closer to a group of amateurs who march off into the mountain together. But on the morning we set off, Tom and I wake up to realize that we don't have the exact GPS coordinates anymore. Instead, what we do have are the coordinates for where we dug a mud hole to get water on the last trip, which is close to the crash site, but not at it. Tom also can't find where he put the map with the crash site marked on it. So yes, we are a bit of a shit show.
Oh, my trousers just split.
Despite all of this, everyone is still pretty confident we'll find the plane.
I'm not the only one who split their pants.
Wait, what are we gonna do about that?
I guess you're ready to go then.
Except for one new ranger, everyone on the team has visited the crash site before. Kenya Wildlife Service Ranger Victor Mutaki has been on every expedition since 2016 and leads us through the bamboo, passing marks he's made over the years. My feet hurt and my knees hurt.
Did you prep for this?
I mean, I work out. I feel like I'm faster than last time.
You're sending it.
Yeah?
You're shredding.
No, you ignore the second half of that. I'm definitely fitter.
The safari ants are bad this time.
Are they?
Yeah. We've been going through like piles of safari ants. And then they climb up and you just feel them biting you.
Tell you.
1, 2, 3, goodbye. There's gonna be more. Oh, it's getting hard now. This is the moment when it gets hard. You start going up. The ground gets really slippery and muddy. And this fucking thing always getting stuck on your bag. It's so mental. It like drives you crazy. Right?
Yeah.
Victor gets so shy when the camera comes out. After 6 hours of hiking, the GPS leads us to the little valley where 2 years earlier we had dug a hole in the mud to get water.
This is the area where we dug a mud hole and got water last time.
From here, Victor and Henry will lead us by memory. That could be us from 2 years ago. Or 4 years ago. Before we can find the plane, it starts to get dark and we're forced to set up camp.
This is certainly one of those weird-looking tents once it's pitched.
Yeah.
I don't think you're doing anything wrong now.
How are you feeling?
I feel good.
The tent is up?
The tent is up. We did not find the plane today, which is okay. because we know that we're close. It's not like the other times where we were like totally confounded and don't know where it is. And tomorrow we will have an entire day, which is unheard of, at the crash site to do everything we need to do. We definitely had the GPS for it last time, so where are they?
So the reason why I'm writing the GPS coordinate of the last time, they are in the GPS, right?
And where's the GPS?
It's the same coordinate point.
Yeah.
I give you one, I give you one.
Yeah, everyone gets a copy. I'm gonna get this tattooed on my arm.
Have you learned the squeeze technique?
Yeah, I like it. It feels,
Okay.
feels like therapeutic. I think I have to work on my scooping though. Oh no.
Around the campfire that night, Victor makes a plan for him and Henry to look around first thing in the morning to see if they can find the plane in the area.
In the morning, when we wake up, we'll just go 50 meters, 50 meters down to check.
Perfect. I think that's a good plan.
We found the plane! Victor and Henry got up super early this morning and they went for like a little recce around the area and they found the plane, which is what we thought was going to happen, that we would just we camped near it. So now today all we have to do is, the perennial problem of finding water so that we can continue drinking and eating. And we're going to make our way to the plane and set up camp down there and then start digging and doing some mapping and just like documenting the site. We have an entire day to do that, plus find water. And then we'll spend another night, and then the next day we go back down the mountain.
After the plane was found by a poacher in 2002, the expedition team that ID'd the plane found some remains and buried them at the site. It's these buried remains that we've been trying to find.
Okay.
Let's go see that plane. But the light bulb was on. It's not there anymore. Interesting. Can you take it? Oh my god. It's just like where we left it. It's incredible to think that it just sits here while we go off and go back to our lives and the plane just stays here. It really looks like a plane crash. Normally this part is like deep dug in here, covered in vines and stuff, but because we dug it up last time, it like really looks like a plane crash now. So now that we have the whole day here at the plane crash, which we've never had so much time before, we have a couple goals. The first is to try to find the remains. We have gotten information from 3 of the people who were there when they were buried in 2002, and all of them are certain that it's buried in different places. So last time we heard that it was buried underneath the right tail wing. The second person says it's underneath the left wing up there. And the third person says that it's buried by a tree by the right wing.
Roughly around the end of the wing. Anyway,
Look for a biggish tree.
along
Okay,
here.
it's that one or it's that one.
Okay.
I think it's that one.
Back home, when we're planning the expedition, our task seems so simple. We'll dig and find the remains. But once we're at the site, the amount of space and unknown factors is overwhelming. How deep were the remains buried? How far can soil move in 18 years? What if animals dug at the site? What if humans dug at the site? Our only option is to just keep digging, as long as we can.
I'm not as effective as they are, but I'm doing oh, you're here. I got it started for you, Victor. The thing that's incredible about this is that there's metal everywhere. You know, there's like little bits of metal in all of the soil. That looks like it maybe could be.
Okay.
But it's very hard to tell. And it is a bit soft. It literally just came off my hand. I don't know. But I don't even know what we do with it, but I'll put it in my pocket. We'll see. But it's looking less and less likely that we're going to find any bones. But maybe that's for the best. Then I'm just going to keep digging and see what we can find.
So that's the compressor doctor.
Could you speak about it a bit?
I know very little about it, to be honest.
Just pick what you know.
As far as I know, it's a compressor tank. Well, it was found down below, underneath the tail. What it was doing down there, I have no idea.
This is the insane part, like the insane scavenger hunt of this, where like the soil is just filled with stuff. Little bits of pieces. Oh yeah, that's some sort of, look at that. No, it's like something that's braided. Oh. So then yeah.
This has just come out from down there, what I think it is, although I wouldn't like to sound with 100% confidence that this is the armour plating for the rear gunner that would go around. So the gun turret, I think, would go around this.
And that's where my great uncle would have been.
That would have been him or...
Lloyd, yeah.
Yeah.
So we dug a lot, but we can't find any remains. My hands are like aching from holding the panga. I always feel kind of bad when we do this because we just like utterly destroy the site. But when we come back in a few years, it will, you know, have grown over again. But I don't think we're going to find them. And I don't think we're going to keep looking. Right? We're not going to keep looking. I don't mean today. I mean like, this is the last one of looking for remains. Yeah, I think so too. Thank you to everyone for digging so much. It was so much hard work. This is their final resting spot. It's official. It's official. Yes, this is now an official war grave, and I will give up on the hope of digging up a plastic bag filled with bones. singing. Yeah, they're like all tiny, microscopic.
When I learned about history as a kid, I thought of it as this fixed idea, something that happened in the past and stayed there. The truth is that the effects of the past ripple infinitely throughout time. The life of my great-uncle, someone who died over 45 years before I was even born, his choices have made an indelible effect upon my life.
I'm so ready to be out of this.
Good.
Thanks for taking care of us. Salim.
For me, going down is mentally really hard because I'm just like, okay, I just want this to be done. You know, like you have like the goal going up, and then going down, my knees fucking kill me, and I'm like, okay.
You're like, this. I want this to be done quickly.
Yeah. I'm ready to like not be moving.
You don't want to be walking around town like that.
After that first trip up the mountain, back in 2016, when I carried my huge camera like a baby, I knew I wanted to document raw, heartfelt adventures as a career. And by this last trip, I've come to the realization that my connection to this scrap of land on Mount Kenya is going to continue throughout my life. So while this is the final resting place for Simon Elias Stam, Charles Allen, Henrik Lemmer, and Lloyd Murray, it's not the end for my time at the site. We'll be back.